it's a redfish. It's a redfish. A big redfish too. Oh, it's a good one on my light gear. Walking back out of the mangroves. Come on, baby. We gotta either just pump them or lose them.
What is it about sight fishing that is so mesmerizing? It's easy for me to get lost standing on the front of the boat for hours and hours, just staring at the water, watching shapes move beneath it. You can learn so much by being able to observe a fish in its natural habitat before you ever even make a cast. When it comes together, it is unbelievably rewarding.
Beautiful.
But the path there is typically lined with challenge and frustration.
All right, we are sight fishing today, man. The conditions could not be more primo. Not a cloud in the sky, beautiful sunny day. The water clarity is unbelievable, super, super clear. The water looks healthier than I've seen it in a long time, and that's got me excited. Sight fishing is so much fun, probably my favorite thing to do. It is so rewarding, so thrilling. You face a ton of rejection though, but when it all comes together and you watch that fish interact and slam your bait, I don't know if there's anything more rewarding in fishing than that. So that's what we're gonna try to do today. Got a nice pocket that leads out to a point right here along this mangrove line and flat. Areas like this where it's just a bit of a change from, you have an indentation in the mangrove line and then it juts out to a big point. I mean, that is most of the time where your bigger fish are going to be hanging out. Just something different. That's something they can kind of latch onto, and this makes an ambush point where bait has to come around this point and into this pocket. I don't see anything right now, but just because I don't see it doesn't mean there's not a fish up in here, you know? Oh, I just missed one right there. It wasn't a very big one, but the second I got deep in those mangroves, pop, the snook came out and popped it. Oh, something little, just another little snook followed it out. Not the size fish we're looking for, but we're on the board. Small snooklet. Thanks. We'll just let him flip off the boat instead of wrangling them and making them flop around in here. All right.
All right, real quick, not a sponsor. Oh, I'm the sponsor. If you notice, I've been wearing the shirt a ton in the videos over the past 6 months or a year. This is a shirt that we are dropping right now in the link down below. It is the Lost Sun Founders Edition shirt. So Lost Sun is the brand that I'm starting to develop with the help of my wife, and Jacob helped even run up some of the logos and get people to work on it. And Lost Sun is just a play on words of my own name, Lawson, Lost Sun. I just couldn't slap my own name and like Lawson Fishing. It just didn't feel right. And going forward, all future projects that are like shirts, clothing, hats, buffs, maybe lures, rods, all that stuff in the future will be under the brand name Lost Sun. And the shirts have been amazing. I have been enjoying using the shirts a ton. I have not seen a single problem with them. It has been incredible getting the fish in them. They're super comfortable, super high quality, and I decided to hold off on releasing them until the summertime, and that is why they're releasing now. So if you enjoy the videos, you enjoy the content that I make, and you want a really high quality shirt, go click the link down below. It is literally the best way you can support the channel. All of the shirts here are literally gonna be sent out by my wife and myself, packaged by hand, sent to your door. So go click the link down below, pick up a shirt, and we're gonna already start working on some designs for the next drop as long as everything goes great with this one. I appreciate you guys a ton. Hopefully you enjoy them. If you buy one, back to the video.
Oh, big snook, big snook. That was a nice snook. He just squeezed up right underneath this. He just poked his head up underneath this mangrove head here. Come on. Another one right here, right here. Oh, I think it might be a big redfish. Ooh, turned. And I twitched it. Dang, two big fish sitting up in here. I thought that second one was gonna eat. Honestly, I thought both of them had a high chance of eating. Hey. I'm good, how you doing? Oh, awesome. Oh, I just hooked this snook. Oh, get out, get out. Oh. Wife just called me on the phone. Okay, not a big one, but a good one, better. That was a good eat. There was a second there where I thought this might be a decent sized fish, the way he took off for a moment here. Beautiful little snook right there, probably only about a 20 incher, 22 incher, but we're moving in the right direction. I've moved deep into the mangrove and I've seen some big snook. I feel like we're on the right track to catch a giant, and we just gotta put in the work and move slow. Oh, tarpon. I bet he'll eat. He's on it. This too big. Oh, spooked. Dang. Tarpon super shallow right there. Only about maybe an 8 to 10 pounder, not a big one at all, but really neat. We are just moving painfully slow through here. I have my trolling motor on a speed of like 1 out of 20. There is big fish lurking about, and we just need to be really quiet. It's a 1.5 feet deep in here. Got the trolling motor raised up almost all the way out of the water, and we're just gonna push through nice and slow, and hopefully we'll connect with a big snook, a red tarpon. Ooh, missed it. Come eat me, come on, dude. There's another one, another tarpon. I'm gonna pick up my other spinning rod that has this little paddle tail on it. Oh, I missed a tarpon right there. Put on this little paddle tail in, I don't know, second or third cast. Oh, it's a redfish. It's a redfish. A big redfish too. Oh, it's a good one on my light gear. Walking back out of the mangroves. Come on, baby. We gotta either just pump them or lose them right now. I only got 25-pound fluoro on here. Oh, he's digging in the grass. Come on, baby. I got so much grass on me. This is not a good situation. We gotta kind of jump out of here. Oh, my GoPro just overheated. Oh, rod tip down. I'm basically dragging my rod through the mud. Oh, we have no tension on this fish. We're gonna literally have to hand line him. So buried in the grass. This is a nightmare. He's popped off right there. That was like a 28-inch red. Son of a... That's what happens when you hook a giant and that close at quarters. My GoPro keeps freaking overheating. Like, look at the amount of grass that redfish dragged through that line. That was an unfortunate situation there. That was a really big red. He was gonna get up into the mangroves and break me off, so I had to get low. And by doing so, it just grabbed tons and tons of grass. That was, I mean, hooked a 28-inch, 30-inch fish in a 10-foot wide corridor of not very many places for him to go. It's disappointing, to say the least. That one got the better of me, I suppose. My jig head also straightened out right there, and that might not seem like much, just a tiny little opening, but that is enough to lose a fish. We had everything stacked against us in that situation. You know, it's my own fault. I'm the one to put the jig head on. But that was either gonna be like, put the hammer on that redfish, or he was gonna break me off in the mangroves, like without a doubt. I'm gonna retie, get reset, and catch another big one. Not gonna let that slow us down. Look at that bonnet head. That's so cool. Coming up and probably felt the vibrations off my trolling motor and come up and check it out. I think it's time. We need a mental reset. I'm not gonna lie, after losing that redfish this morning, I was in a less than ideal mental attitude, mental spot. We're gonna go get some lunch on the water. One of the most beautiful things about being on the water in Florida is that there's a lot of restaurants on the water. So we're gonna go grab some grub, mentally reset, and get after some fish. Let's go find something to eat.
Sometimes all you need to heal a frustrating morning of fishing is a good burger, possibly a few adult beverages, and swing by the ramp and pick up one of your best friends.
No, it'd be unauthentic if I made you walk back because I was looking at my phone and didn't notice you walking up. Hello.
Jacob and I fished our faces off for the next few hours as the wind whipped up all around us. With nothing to show but a few small snook at the end of the day, it was at least nice to catch up with a dear friend while casting. But fear not, because I have a plan. I was so unbelievably frustrated on the drive home after fishing. I saw so many giant fish that just wouldn't touch a lure. I rarely throw live bait anymore these days, but I decided it was time to go pick up a cast net. I now just prefer the challenge that fishing with lures presents, but it was time to try and mix it up at least.
I'm out for vengeance today, and it feels fitting that it's a very vengeful day out here in the water. Windy, choppy, overcast, there's rain clouds circling around, but we're gonna take out the cast net and see if we can find the perfect size mullet and catch some giants and get our revenge. That should be money.
Loaded up with bait, I started to pitch along the mangroves, but things just felt off. Every single fish I casted at completely ignored my bait. And this went on for hours.
Snook up front. I feel like these fish are seeing me from freaking 10 miles away. All right, a little bit touch and go there, but we made it through that mangrove tunnel, and we have entered into a pond back in here. Beautiful little hidden saltwater lagoon or pond off the main river. We're gonna creep through here super quietly, looking for snook and redfish and tarpon. Mullet in hand. If we see some tarpon rolling, I might pick up the fly rod. It's probably a better chance of catching one on a fly than a live mullet, honestly. All right, putting the mullet down for a second because I really think we have a high chance of catching a tarpon on the fly in here. And as I was picking up my fly rod, I just saw a tarpon roll right behind my boat. So I just saw one roll in this back left corner here of this pocket. I think we have enough line out, we'll see. That was right where he's at. That's a money cast. Oh, I missed him. I missed him. I missed him. I missed him. Be kind to me and come back again. He hit right when I went slack on my line. Man, haven't got a ton of opportunities on good fish today. Hurts to miss that like that. Doesn't get much simpler than that. Just a white little minnow. Wow, that took quite a few tries, I'll tell you what. Oh, finally into a tarpon. Oh, GoPro overheated like literally 2 minutes before I hooked that fish probably. He's trying to get up in the mangroves. Let's try to turn him. Oh, down baby, down. Wow, we've been working for one of these fish. I've been in this pocket for probably 30 minutes casting and got bit my first cast on one of these tarpon. And or my second cast on the fly, and I was like, all right, we're gonna freaking whack them. And then, you know, 30 minutes later, still throwing at them and can't get them to eat. Switched to 3 different flies, and finally, who knows if it was a fly, maybe it was just finally a good cast, but we connected with one. It is a hot, hot day, and we're hooked into a poon in the back waters here. This is just a start, hopefully. We got a well full of mullet to go try to catch some big snook and big reds. Man, this thing's got some fight in them though. It's not a huge one. I've seen some 20, 25 pounders up in here, and this one's probably maybe 8 to 10, if even. But pick up a fly rod. This is a 10 weight too, so a pretty beefy stick. And the tarpon can put work on it, man. Feels good. Feels good. It's always rewarding when they make you work for it, I suppose. GoPro overheated again. It's that freaking hot out, man. Well, I can't tell where she's hooked, but it's a beautiful, beautiful looking fish. We're gonna go for a landing here. I don't want to let this fish wear itself out too much. There we go, baby. Beautiful tarpon hooked right in the bottom of the jaw. Beauty and the suffering of filming in Florida. So both my cameras overheated. So I literally just sat there holding that tarpon in the water for like 5 minutes by my hand and just keeping her fresh, and went to pull her in the boat and turn the camera back on, splashed water on the deck, laid her on the nice wet deck to not hurt her scales, and turn the camera on, and she just flops right back into the water. But we revived her good. We finally got one, and we're gonna keep throwing in here and see if we can whack a few more tarpon on the fly, and then it's gonna be, I think, big snook mission. Whew, feels good to finally get one. We had to work for it, and we're battling gear and wind and heat, but when it all comes together, man, it's just sweet. Did not mean for that to rhyme. They want it really slow, man. Really interesting. Last cast, I need to basically have to look up my phone and check the weather. All right, we got a big storm coming towards us here. Honestly, I just wasn't even paying attention, and I can see a lot of birds flying and leaving and getting out of Dodge. So that's how you know it's gonna be bad. So we gotta freaking hustle here. I think what we're gonna do is just gonna run as fast as I can over to a restaurant on the water, tie up, go inside, eat some lunch, let all my camera equipment cool down, and get back after it once the storm passes here. Really wasn't part of my plan. I was planning on just staying out and grinding all day until dark, but you need to play it safe when you get off the water. As you get older, maybe it's having kids, getting married, having people who count on you, don't really screw around with this stuff anymore. It can go bad quick, so we gotta make a run.
I sat inside the restaurant for 2 hours while the storm passed. While the rain and thunder left, the wind decided to stay. I fished with live mullet along an array of docks and mangroves for hours without a single bite. I was honestly dumbfounded. And all the while, the wind was relentless. Sometimes you don't always win when it comes to fishing. In fact, I think more often than not, I feel like I come out the loser, but solely probably because I fixate on the goal of catching a big fish too much. I spent 2 days on the water, fishing from sunup to sundown, eating lunch on the water, spent time with one of my best friends, and did catch some fish. All in all, life's pretty good, even when it's easy to let it feel like it's not. There's your feel-good message for the week. Go out there and get after it.